What's going on, y'all? Gazer Bean 2K back here with Steuben, the Gust to Win podcast, episode 18. Finally legal. Steuben, how's it feel to finally be of age, man? What's that feel like?
I knew you'd make the joke.
Of course.
I kind of did a little bit before we started, but yeah, I knew you'd make the joke.
You expecting anything different? I mean, come on now.
From you? No. I expect the worst, as always.
So we're back to a Sunday episode. We haven't recorded on a Sunday in a few weeks. It's usually been Monday or a couple times Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so random days.
We do it when we can, depending on our availability, guest availability, all that kind of stuff. I'll still put it out at the same normal time. So
this will be out on Tuesday.
Yeah, everybody who's grown accustomed to the Tuesday morning releases, then expect the Tuesday morning release if you're watching live on Twitch. We're on Gazer's channel on his new computer, and it hasn't caught fire yet, so that's super cool to see that it hasn't blown up.
Yeah, not yet.
Right.
Not yet. A few other things I need to tweak about it, but yeah, I enjoy the camera. I enjoy the fact that I don't drop frames anymore. Before I was streaming at like 20 frames per second. I'm like, this is fine. But now I finally feel the glorious 60 frames per second, man. And it's glorious. It's magnificent.
Yeah, regular HD's all right. So one day, if Twitch ever decides to say, hey, you guys can do 4K, then everything we have is obsolete.
So, weekend's not over yet, but did you play any Pokemon this weekend?
I have not. No, I didn't play any Pokemon. I ran a tournament at work yesterday, and Emily won again, as always.
She's been hot lately.
A big hot chunk of $50 store credit, so it was pretty cool. And,
she won a tournament the last weekend too, right?
And the week before.
Yeah, she's hot.
So three weeks in a row at 2 different locations. So.
Just for clarity, when I say she's hot,
three different decks too.
3 different decks. Oh, Blissey Miltank. What'd she play yesterday?
Blissey, she played Palkia yesterday, Palkia and Talion, and then the one before the Blissey Miltank, she played Mew VMAX.
Yeah, so. Mew. Oh, jeez. Okay. Anyways, I did not play Mew this weekend. I played. Let's see. I played Tuesday. I played Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I played 4 days. I only played played 4 days this week. I only played 2 Friday and no, not even Friday. So Tuesday and Saturday I played the same deck. Friday and Thursday were Zoroark box, which is okay. It was okay. Had a few bad draws, but it was fun. Had a few bad draws. A few people were surprised, like, "What's this?" I'm like, "Oh, you'll find out." But Tuesday and Saturday was when I had a lot of fun. I played Ampipom.
Yeah, you tweeted about it, and it got a lot of engagement, which is unlike you at all.
Gee, thanks.
1 to tweet, 2 to get engagement. So I'm proud of you.
But no, a few people asked for the deck list, and I'm gonna put that on Twitter a little bit later. But no, what it was. So Tuesday I played, and I went 2-1, and I won a game by flipping 7 heads in a row.
7 in a row.
7 in a row.
Like in one consecutive flipping session.
No. So it went down to sudden death. Went down to sudden death. He was playing Dialga. And, he has a Zacian, and it's like Zacian can charge up, knock me out, 1 prize, game's over, right? Sudden death. So I said, okay, I have to go second, and I have to get an Ampipom out, and I have to use Bustle. Drew into the Ampipom, put it down, attach Generosity, Bustle, heads. Bustle was like, take no damage, no effects, anything. He had Crobat active, he charged up his Zacian from the bench, Trumpet Sword, next turn, Bustle, heads. Same thing, he retreated to Zacian, he's just waiting for me. And he plays Cancel Cologne, so if I ever evolve, he'll just cancel out my ability, knock out my Ampipom, game over. So, 3rd turn, Bustle, heads. So, we're on the 4th turn, his Zacian's fully loaded. He has like 100 cards in his hand. I know he's got the Cologne in there.
How do you have 100 cards in a 60-card deck?
I said like 100. It's more like 52, somewhere around there.
Okay, well, but 6 prizes, so I don't get the math.
Look, I'm not here for math. I'm here for stories.
Okay.
But then,
all right, story time.
Yeah. So then we get down to my 4th turn. I evolve the Ampipom. I have 4 energy attached. I say I got to hit, and I put on the choice belt. I say, okay, I have to hit all 4 heads to win. I hit all 4 heads to win. He was so tilted. And the weekend before that, I played Ampipom again, and people were tilted by that too. So this Saturday, I played Ampipom, and I only went 1-3. I lost literally 2 games by not getting the right flips. By like a coin flip, I lost another. But I had the whole shop like. I was public enemy number 1, man. They hated me. The whole shop.
That's typical of one of your own streams too, where your entire chat hates you.
Well, yeah, on the streams, yeah, but not at the shop. I was like, people like me here, but not Saturday. Everyone took shots at me. I got flipped off about 4 different times. I got called many names. It felt bad, man. So I was like, is it even worth it to play Ampy-Palm like this? Is this, I'm losing friends, respect, dignity. I'm like, is it worth it? So I'm hoping next week I can go 5-2 at least, with Ampy-Palm, man. That's what I'm hoping next week.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick
when
with
are you gonna play a not single prize deck?
Not single prize deck.
That's the real question. Yeah. When are you gonna play something that's not single prize?
I would have to find someone who won a few regionals, or who knows what they're doing when they build decks, or who is just like a staple in the Pokemon community, like with like a large YouTube channel or some type of following. Someone who could teach me how to play good decks. I can't. I have no idea how.
Who do you have in mind?
I mean, I wouldn't mind if someone like Flex Daddy Righteous would show me the ropes. I wouldn't mind that.
Oh well, lucky for you.
What?
He's right here with us.
Impossible. What?
Hey, fellas.
Yeah, just manifested out of nowhere.
Every time it happens. What's going on, JW?
How you doing, guys?
You guys, we are joined today by JW Kriewall, aka Flex Daddy. Did you drop the Righteous or just Flex Daddy now?
Well, it's just it's. I find that it's hard for people to spell. So Flex Daddy, I'm kind of like, it's a soft rebrand of, if I can just be Flex Daddy and known by that, then that'd be great. The Righteous is a part of who I am, but it's not necessarily critical to who I am.
Right, I get it. We are joined by the Flex Father himself.
You've got quite the list of accomplishments, and you're actually the first person on our pod that hosts their own pod. So we're rivals officially as of this.
I guess so. Absolutely.
No rivals. But yeah, you host the tag team podcast with Riley, and that's always a cool time to check into. You guys also stream it on Twitch, as well as put it out there everywhere else. So it's cool to see you on that grind as well. And I know we're only 18 episodes in. You guys are way out in the triple digits almost at this point.
We got some
getting
catching
pretty
up to
close.
Yeah, we should be. I don't keep track of the numbers, but yeah, it's somewhere. I mean, we've made like 3 years now of podcasts. So
sheesh.
So you've been doing it.
Subin, can we make it that long?
I don't know, man. If your computer blows up with this new stuff, maybe we'll make it a little bit longer, but I don't know, Gazer.
Good point.
Kind of sick of you already.
Yeah, I figured that. Just like the shop. Just like people at the shop. I figured that.
All those coin flips.
But no, JW, man, once again, thank you so much, man. I know it's kind of short notice. I know our time is limited, but we're going to make the most of it. So just getting things rolling off the bat. We want to get into the 6 prize turn. So what this is...
A little icebreaker. We'll ask you 6 random questions. May or may not be Pokemon related. Could be anything. They're going to be impulsive, random questions off the top of our head. So, Gazer, if you want to take it away, go for it.
Oh, I'm leading? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Salty or sweet?
Sweet.
Favorite card game outside of Pokemon?
Egyptian Rat Screw.
I got a lot of questions about that one. I'll follow up with that later. Least favorite generation of Pokemon?
The current.
Oh. Hot take.
Oh, man. Favorite TCG set of all time?
Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Okay. Biggest accomplishment in the card game, in the TCG?
I mean, I guess a couple regional wins.
What is the one goal that you want to achieve that you haven't done so yet?
Oh, I mean, that's bringing home a World's Trophy. Easy.
Of course.
Yeah, and we're coming up on that time, so.
Yeah, a couple weeks from now. Absolutely, trying to do as much as I can with the limited time that I have. We're narrowing down some things, which is good, but yeah, a lot coming up here by mid-August that we just got to figure out.
You playing with the usual group for playtesting currently?
Yeah, I mean, right now it's been primarily Riley and I, because Andrew's not going to Worlds, so he's
kind of
honeymoon
right
now.
Yeah. Mahone is a big part of the testing group, but he's not participating in this tournament, so it's been Riley and I doing most of the preparation.
I know you don't have to get any leaks, but any early thoughts that you think might matter for the overall metagame?
I mean, I've been pretty open with what I've been enjoying so far, so I think, Palkia is where that's like a backup deck right now. I'm not going to put too much time into it because I think that archetype for the most part has been figured out and solved, and I have a good list for that, and I feel good. The archetype that I haven't put enough time into throughout the entirety of its existence since we've been back from COVID, I've played in 3 tournaments, and I have not played one with Arceus. So I'm trying to get my wheels, my bearings, my wheels down with Arceus and Teleon. And I think that deck is extremely good. I think it's extremely counterable in many ways, but it's kind of the tent pole, like the main tent post for the entire format. So I'm trying to get some reps in with that, make sure I know what I am doing if I decide to play it. Right now, that would be my choice, but mostly, trying to get a feel for if I, can craft a strategy to beat it.
How do you feel about the Radiant Zard? People are starting to throw into that.
Yeah, I think it's good. That's where I would go with it if I were playing it, because if you think about the top 2 decks being Arceus and Palkia, and trying to hit that 280 number is something that Arceus really struggles with. It's something that Palkia can struggle with. It can do, especially if you're going to include like a Leon, right, or a quick shooting Italian. You can get up to that 280 to some extent. It might be harder with some builds than others, but you can get there. But the Inteleon deck just has no way to hit that number, unless I guess you could go 230 on an Arceus, assuming you have 3 basic energy, and then you could get a Zigzagoon that's 240, and then 2 pings with a quick shooting so that's like significantly harder. So I'm thinking that the Charizard warrants an inclusion.
Yeah, and at that point you're going pretty wide on your bench, and then you're playing in a Palkia strategy there too, and just
exactly. So I'm thinking that it warrants an inclusion. It's still on the chopping block at this point for me. I mean, maybe it's still just better to play Arceus and Teleon straight, but right now I have Charizard in the list, and I'm liking it so far.
I gotta say, Charizard's a good play. I played it in believe it or not, I played it in the MP Pump deck I have, and it's been nice to swing in and come in and take out a Arceus out of nowhere. They didn't expect it.
Well, and it's also good in like kind of auxiliary matchups. So you think of like the Dialga matchup, like good. I mean, there's some weird, single prize decks. It's like pretty decent against, especially if you can cycle the Charizard. It's good against like Orbeetle. I mean, there's just like kind of these random things where Charizard can help you out a bit. So I feel like it's a nice little inclusion.
I think it is.
Yeah, the craziness of like Orbeetle just showing up out of nowhere all of a sudden.
That's fun,
really
though.
Interesting to see too.
That's fun. That's interesting. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that for Worlds, to be honest. But with such a wide field of skilled players, you can't really ever pinpoint exactly what's going to be in the meta.
Yeah, you never know like what the limitless guys are going to bring to the table, and they almost always have something interesting every year.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
no, I think Arcane is it's probably the top deck. It's so annoying to play against because if you don't one shot it, here comes Sharon's Care. It's coming right back up. Here's another Arceus, and it's just watch, rinse, repeat. So I played against a few of them this weekend, and I'm like, I already know this song and dance. I know what's going to happen. Let's just get it on with. Come on, keep going. Go. Let's go.
Yeah, if they're able to just heal it up and pick it up, man, it really does just screw up your pace of the game completely.
Sure does.
All right, Gaze, you had a follow-up question you wanted to ask him about the Egyptian rat screw.
So, I don't know if I heard everything correctly. You screwed rats or something? What happened?
Well, it's a card game. I don't know. ERS goes by that acronym, but it's a childhood game that I really enjoyed.
What exactly is it?
Quick reaction
for people like me who have no idea what it is? What is it?
It's a reaction based slapping game where you take turns placing a card into the middle pile, and depending on the card number, there are different effects, and there is a slapping element where if there are multiple of the same card played, or there's a sandwich style effect where it's the same card sandwiched between some other card, and you can like slap the pile and take the pile, and the point is to get the most cards. So that is childhood game that I really liked.
It's kind of like Crazy Romeo, if anything.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
something like that.
Okay. I get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gazer's just like he heard rat and screw and just his mind went somewhere else.
I was like,
I'm sure
wait,
it
what?
I'm sure it did.
But no, that sounds interesting. It's
Gazer.
I have horrible reflexes. I play basketball at least 2-3 times a week, but I still have horrible reflexes. I'm the guy on the court that now that I have that dad strength, I'm the guy on the court. I go down to the post. I'm like, hey, give me the ball. I just back people down. I just turn around and shoot. As far as quick reactions, I wouldn't be able to play that game. I'd be too slow. Like, wait a second, and it'd be too late for me.
I thought you said your official position was bench warmer.
That's when I play with good players. When I'm playing with bad players. I go to the post.
Okay.
See, yeah, I got the sweet shot. So just stick me in the corner. I got those long corner twos all day.
Hey, Hot Chalk's trying to run some basketball down there at Worlds. You should join him.
Well, that's what I posted on that tweet, and I was like, let me know when and where. And I think maybe he disregards my athletic prowess, because I am a huskier guy, but I can tangle, man. I have a wide array of skills in sports.
Yeah, I mean you outside of sports though too. Like you're a bassoonist, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Got that lung strength.
Man of many talents.
So basically, for anybody who doesn't know who you are at all, give the world a little bit of love on yourself.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say exactly, but right now I work as a coder, and I switched careers during the pandemic. And before that was a classical musician, and I would travel around the United States, play with different orchestras. Had a few more permanent positions at times. I was down in Florida for about a year and a half in Tampa, playing full time with an orchestra. Went to school for that. Got my ed degree and bassoon degree, and now I make content, code, and hang out with you guys, I guess.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, I mean, you stream on Twitch, you make YouTube videos. You're a good player. You got the podcast. Like I was saying before we started, I love the intro quips that you do, and the tweets that you've been making in the past few months. Man, they're so freaking funny.
I appreciate it. I
think they stir the pot too, and it gets people like riled up a little bit. And,
I saw one of those tweets and I took that personally. I was like, hey, wait a minute.
Oh, I know which one. Yeah. We're all boomers here.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think the tweeting, being subversive is really good. It's something that we're missing kind of in Pokemon, is like people who are funny in that space and can utilize that space and follow different trends and things online.
I agree with you,
because that's a lot of Twitter. Really, it's just stealing things from other people. So that tweet that I made, I literally woke up that morning and I saw somebody else tweet about something else different, but it was the same structure. So really, that's all Twitter is just kind of like,
I think it was a Twitch partner or whatever talking about how many of you are like elderly streamers or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So
okay.
Repurpose. I mean, that's the secret to Twitter, and is just repurposing other people's content to your niche. So that's what I try to do with that, and it means that I have never-ending content, and I don't have to think particularly hard about it.
Okay, it's a good strategy. I mean, because you got a lot going on too, so you just had a baby and you got play testing. So
yeah, I mean, the secret of content creation is just how do you make it as impactful as possible for the least amount of brain effort, right? Because then because the way that you like scale out and stuff is like you do all these different small brain efforts in many different channels, right? So you have your TikTok, your Twitch, your Twitter, but you need to think the least about you need to think as little as possible and produce the greatest results. So that has been, especially as I've had a kid, that has been, kind of the secret.
That's your go-to right now. That's what that's your motto right now. But
Gazer, why don't you do this?
Because it reminds me of it sounds like a Mew player, and I don't like Mew, so. I'm trying to get the biggest effort with the little, least thought possible. So I'm like, So I like to sit there and come up with big brain ideas, and I never follow through with them though. So,
well, see, that's the thing. It's like you gotta. I mean, I don't want to get too much into how to create content, but
talk to us about it.
You gotta just do it. There's a point where you just gotta put stuff out into the world. Because if you never have an opinion, even if your opinions are good, if you never share it, then how's anyone gonna know what you feel? So, it's just a lot of just do it, fire it off, send it out, you'll figure it out. But
for the longest time I was always afraid of what people thought, and now I don't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah, you're too old, man, to care about what people think.
Exactly.
So that's kind of where I'm at too. It's like I don't really care about what other people think. So that allows me to actually be more free with the things that I post because I'm not worried about how's Johnny gonna take it because I don't want him to get offended at me. Oh gosh, yeah. So I just don't care about this stuff anymore, and it's liberating.
Poor little Johnny.
Makes sense. Yeah, like I said earlier, it makes it funnier too. And not everybody has a sense of humor, especially in Pokemon. I mean, like, there's people that like just like, oh wait, are you serious? And like, they're just so dry that they don't get it sometimes.
I think what you hit the nail on the head as far as the joking aspect, the comedy aspect, the funny tweets. That's missing in a lot in this community, and I feel like you bring a portion of that. I feel like I bring some of that, Stu, and you do too. I feel like just even if it's dry wit, dry humor, just something where it's like, hey, don't take everything super serial. You have to be super serious about everything.
I think some really successful tweets are just about people can take them in different ways, right? So somebody could read it and they could say, oh, that's genuine and from the heart, and then somebody could read it and say that's the exact opposite. I think those are really the gems, because if everyone can relate to it in some way, then then they're going to have a reaction, and it's going to be better for engagement and things like that. So you got to leave it so like the people that know what you're talking about, they get it. But then anyone that's just reading it, like they get it, right? So people are going to get it on different levels, and you got to appeal to as many people as possible.
Yeah, that's a good strategy. Gazer, do you have any questions on that at all?
No, he's exactly right. I like the like I said, I like the idea of that. I feel like that could be my niche. I need to
Absolutely.
have a few open-ended tweets now and leave it at that, and then I'm gonna start focusing on skits on YouTube. I can't sit there and do the whole deck breakdown like you can, Steuben, or I can't do the whole gameplay aspect as you can, Mr. Flex Daddy. So I'm like, I'll just do skits. I do a minute, 2 minute skits, and leave it at that.
Fire it up.
I mean,
yeah.
it's
Make
needed.
Your phone.
It's needed too, because I mean, like, there's only a couple people to do it, and the more the merrier.
Yeah, we have a weird content creation sphere. I think in Pokemon, it's a little, and it needs to be fostered. Because I look at card games like Yu-Gi-Oh, and they're just massive, and I think people, the content quality isn't particularly different between the two groups, but there's just a larger following in like the YouTube communities of Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic and things like this, and for some reason Pokemon's just lagging behind. So we just need more people doing different stuff. Not to say that like my way is the right way, but just like more people doing just crazier things, different things, and that's all good, and that helps everybody.
Yeah, because it gives everyone a variety of I like Pokemon, but I also like X, Y, or Z. So now I can like Pokemon, and this guy does X, Y, and Z. So therefore, I have more of a drawing to that guy, or to this type of content. So you're right.
Yep, exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, Content 101 with Flex Daddy, Mr. Righteous here.
I dig it.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of started doing a little bit of Digimon stuff on the side. It's actually like receiving very well. I cracked open a booster box for the store I work at, and it like overnight went to 1,200 views, and I was like, "What the heck happened here?" And then he's like, "Yeah, you want to do another one?" And it overnight went to 300. So out of nowhere, yeah, I think I might be doing some more Digimon on the side. So if you like, both games, that's cool. If not, I mean, I know I'm gonna make some people unhappy by having both out there, but at that point, like, I'm doing me, and that's all that matters. So
yeah, you just don't care about that stuff, man.
Yeah, like, how dare he do Digimon? This is a Pokemon channel. What is he doing?
Yeah. People can like whatever they want, and if you don't like what I do, then go watch somebody else that I'm not offended by it. There's tons of fish in the sea, and if you want a different fish, then have at it. And Gazer just did something there on the stream.
I fixed it. New computer. Okay. It's a new computer. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's all right. It's okay.
I'm over 30. I'm old now. Remember we talked about this in the tweet.
Yeah, we're boomers.
We're all boomers now. Actually, J-Dub, you're going to be a boomer pretty soon yourself, right? Coming up on 30?
Yeah, I am. So there's a I remember that feeling. There's a birthday that I'm having in September, and I will be turning 30. But age doesn't scare me. Mind deterioration scares me.
Yeah. I can see that. You're exactly right.
I mean, you won't necessarily have your mind deteriorate just from turning 30, though.
I think it happens at 35, right? 35.
I don't know.
Longer
I was gonna say,
process.
yeah. Hey, can you guys tell me how it is?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, no, maybe I do a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll be real. I have moments where I just like kind of just like want to space out and not do anything though half the time.
Yeah.
But I think everybody kind of has that. It could just be like ADHD or other underlying issues. I have no idea.
I think for me, it's I have so many things going on at once. You know, taking care of a grandmother, then the wife, the baby, work, basketball, streaming. I'm just, you know, so I'm running around and also I'm like, wait, what was I doing? What happened? I'm supposed to be doing something. So that part gets me sometime. And now you introduce a baby into your life, you're gonna have your hands full a lot more too. What has that been like, man? Fatherhood. Talk to me about that.
It's been incredible. I thought it was going to be fun. Like, I thought it was going to be good and cool and things, but it's been, like, way better than I thought. Baby's, like, very reasonable child, so I haven't had really many of the issues that a lot of parents have where, you know, she will sometimes wake up in the middle of the night and need to feed, but that's pretty rare these days. Like, I'd say maybe 2 days a week she'll wake up at, like, 4. And then my wife has been awesome because she, due to my vocation, I'm able to be the sole income earner for the family. So she is able to stay home with the baby, and that affords me a little bit more flexibility because she's able to take care of her, you know, in those morning hours when she needs to feed, and she's able to take care of her, you know, throughout the day and into the night and things like that. So it's been really a good, I feel like, and I think my wife would feel this way as well, like she gets the playtime with the baby that she wants. I get the balance, creative, you know, the time for creativity that I want. But it's great to have this family unit together, and it's just been really, really fun because we've been wanting to do it for a while, and it's been really like a financial thing that we just haven't been able to bring a baby into the world, where it's like, well, it's not, you know, I was unemployed for a bit. And that was tough because that was about the time where we were like really starting to think like, man, we would love to have kids, and a lot of our friends are having kids and things like this. But now it's been a reality for us, and it's been, you know, one of the greatest journeys so far in my life.
Well, yeah, I know that feeling.
Gazer can relate. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't have any.
I was just gonna say, I know that feeling. It's
none for me.
Yeah, okay, you watch. You keep saying that now. Wait, Stu. Just wait.
No, I don't want to give away like personal information, but it ain't happening. So, it ain't happening.
But
no, I mean, kids aren't for everybody. I mean, marriage isn't for everybody, you know. But I think for me, the baby has been something that I've really wanted, and now that she's here, she's been a dream.
It's awesome though. Yeah, I mean, I like kids. Just I'd like to, you know, hang out with them for a little bit, and all right, see you later. Go hang out with your parents.
Returnable kids. That's what they're called.
Call me, yeah, Uncle Stube or whatever you want. I don't care.
Returnable kids. We can say, okay, here you go. We just hand it back to yeah, that's kind of kids.
Go play Pokemon with Uncle Stube for a little bit, and like, all right, I've had enough whooping your butt. let's do something else, and then all right, go play.
Unky Stube.
There you go.
Daddy Gazer gave me this AP palm deck. Can I play you?
Yeah, I'll give him a loaded die where it always flips tails.
Oh, jeez, come on, man.
Oof.
But no,
melt down one of the sides, so it always rolls.
But no, JW, man. Parenthood is great, man. I'm in the same boat as you. I've been pretty blessed as far as my son's good. He's in the room right now watching Coco Melon, man. Find Coco Melon. It's gonna save your life, man. It's a whole
Coco Melon. I see. I have heard that it just rots the kids' brains.
Really? Well, he's.
Well, and my wife, you know, she's very hands-on, so she kind of controls like the at this point the scheduling. You know, not so she is doing a lot of like, okay, here's the toys that, you know, the baby can play with. Here's, you know, the activities that baby can do. But you're a pro Coco Melon. That's good to know. I'm glad.
It creeps me out. The graphics freak me out, but it's basically like just nursery rhymes. Just, you know,
exactly.
1, 2, buckle your shoe, you know, baby shark, do that kind of stuff, and it keeps them entertained. You know, before that, my wife and I showed him a lot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. You know, that's like Blue's Clues, you know, in a way of, you know, educational learning and stuff like that. And I don't know, like he's in there right now, he's watching it, he's quiet, and he's a pretty good baby. Like, you know, he sleeps through the night now. Early on, he will wake up maybe once. You know,
Right.
kind of like, you know, I wake up once, we give him a bottle, you know, and he was good to go. So
Right.
he's a pretty solid baby too. He's pretty good. He's gonna beat your daughter though in the junior division in about 9 years. So just so you're aware of that.
Okay. That's good to know.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're
Wow.
gonna be competing, I'm sure.
That's Are we placing bets or what's going on here?
Well, my son has like a 7 or 8 month leap, you know, head start on his daughter. So
I mean, that doesn't mean anything. We see kids like Vinny Fernandez and Lucas O'Dale smoking people on Limitless tournaments all week long. So I don't think age matters in that regards. The kiddos can do it, man. They really can.
They sure can. Getting better and better.
you're right. One of the local shops I go to, we have there's a night where maybe about 4 or 5 kids show up every night, and they try to, you know, have the kids match up against each other, but you know, it's all random. So a lot of times, you know, we're matched up against kids, and I matched up against the same girl twice in the past week, and her favorite Pokemon is Pikachu.
Mhm.
So her dad tries to, you know, have her play Flying Pikachu to, you know, try to give her some type of competitive advantage. But her thing is she just wants to get Pikachu out. She wants to evolve it. She wants Pikachu, and it has to attack. I'm like, okay,
Good for her.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
That's
like,
called
okay,
conviction.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's. I'm like, okay. I said, you know, you're playing for the love of it. You enjoy Pikachu. Okay, you want to attack with it? Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and lose.
No,
100 heads.
she almost
What
she
they
almost
would
got me
call it.
once because she was using Flying Pikachu, and I think the first attack can paralyze, right? I think it's 20 in paralysis.
Yeah.
I swear she flipped about 8 out of 10 heads.
Oof.
So yeah, and then she also had the Glenwood Tangle out, so it was a bad time for me for a while. Then eventually, I finally, you know, managed to pick a momentum. But for a while, I'm like, I can't do anything.
Wow,
I would
Gazer's
hope.
out here picking on kids.
Yeah, I would hope
What a
you.
bully.
I know.
Steal our lunch money, why don't you?
You're gonna tweet that out, aren't you, Steven?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go on the
There it is.
the Twitter
There
account
it
for
is.
the podcast. Like Gazer stole this kid's lunch money.
At least I rip
Photoshop
up.
you running away with a couple dollars in your hand.
At least I rip up her card like a Kaiba or something like that.
Not yet. You haven't.
That's true too.
So in terms of news for Pokemon stuff, we're at that weird lull point right now where we're just kind of waiting for Lost Origin. There are rumors of another special set, some Japanese promo cards, more tins with like alternate arts coming out. So I guess we could just talk about like Lost Origin for a second. I know it's gonna deter you away from the world's thoughts, but what do you think? Other than I guess Giratina, what are you excited for out of Lost Origin, JW?
Man, that is about it. I think the set is pretty underwhelming. I've kind of said that about a lot of the recent sets, right? Where you look back and it's like, okay, they have their one main archetype. I guess 2 arguably in this one because you have the Zoroark, but I'm not particularly excited about Zoroark either. So
Yeah,
No.
it doesn't seem like the Zoroark or the Gudra that people hyped up originally when they first announced like did anything in Japan at all.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, there's certainly going to be decks around them, but I don't see those decks like being better than tier 2. It's just hard with the Zoroark. You're damaging yourself, so you know, I don't know. You're damaging yourself. Like it seems like you have worse Palkia in many regards.
Yeah, and that's what I
Yeah,
heard
you
too.
need
People
you need
say
a
it's
lot of
worse
Pokemon
Palkia.
with damage on it. You're making it easier on your opponent. So
Yeah,
I heard that
exactly.
too. Worse Palkia. I've heard that before too. But so you guys don't like the Gudra idea?
no.
I like it. You're reducing damage by what, 80?
Yeah, it seems fine, right? Like it seems fine. I think that's just where I'm at with it. It doesn't like blow me out of the water.
Yeah, you might win some games, but you're not gonna win them all with it.
Okay, I see what I have to do now. I have to make you guys believers. I'll do it myself. That's
You said
fine.
the same thing about Zoroark and Reggie's, and now Ambipom, and I still don't believe in any of those.
I'm gonna make it happen. You're gonna believe one of these decks.
What about Magnezone? Magnezone is the one that kind of has me a little bit.
Is it just because of the
Like,
Palkia matchup? It's just because of the metagame
yeah.
or what?
You have
Well-
that matchup, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, the Magnezone can draw out items from your deck, right? So or your discard pile. So it takes 2 back every attack. So like, yeah, you're gonna be, you know, I don't know, maybe you play with like crushing hammers or something stupid. Just get him.
Mana's on
Yeah,
control.
that's lightning double turbo to charge it up. So,
Yes.
and it can snipe for 2 once per game. So it's not the worst thing ever.
I think it might see play early on just because of Palkia, the way Palkia has, is running around here maybe. But I don't know. I believe in Gudra.
Okay. Well, you believe all you want, and we'll see it not perform very well unless some crazy deck builder comes out with something and has some sort of like super sound solid strategy. But I don't think it's gonna be like, I don't think it's gonna win a regional or anything like that. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll see like one make top 16.
It might. I was gonna say it might top 8 somewhere. It might not win, but it might top 8 somewhere.
Yeah, we're still waiting for regional schedules too. I know there's going to be the London Open that has championship points for the first event going forward, so that's pretty cool for that. If everybody gets to go and participate in that, but I'm hoping here in the next few weeks they give us at least some sort of information, like are we getting cups and challenges back? Are we going to have regionals only? I would love some insight.
Well, from my understanding, things would have been revealed around this week, right? In normal times. Normally, in normal times, yeah.
Normally last week of July, first week of August. Usually we see that kind of information every year.
But the way life is set up right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit different still. Alright, I know we're short on time. So we can do some stonks real quick before we do Q&A.
Okay.
This is going to be where we're going to talk about something that might see a rise in play, a downturn, or if you want to talk about financial value, ups or downs on a card or two. Gazer, what do you have for us this week?
I'll just come right out and say there's no segue to it. Echoing Horn. I think as long as Inteleon's going to be a thing, I think maybe every few decks should sneak in an Echoing Horn if you can. If you can find a space for it, I feel like it's a good card to throw in there. Just the ability to get back an easy target to knock out, to get back something that screws up your opponent's bench. I feel like that's almost too powerful in this format right now. If I'm playing Palkia, I want to get something back and make my attack even stronger. If I'm playing against Regigigas, I want to get that get one of their Regis they don't need out and have the bench clogged up, have them burn through resources. If I'm playing against Zoroark box, I want to get something out that could be a threat to me. And I guess I can't get a Sage one. Never mind. Anyway, you guys understand what I'm saying? I feel like it could definitely be useful in a lot of different matches. Not every single deck running the Inteleon engine, but I feel like a lot of them, if possible, every few should try to sneak in an Echoing Horn. It's just a nice tech to have.
Yeah, I mean, it's in my Palkia deck right now for sure. Good card.
Yeah, you kind of have to play it in Palkia to make the Arc Intel matchup just a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, bring up that random Zigzagoon they threw away earlier, or bring up another Arceus they don't need. You can snipe, boss it up for a knockout later on, something like that.
Yeah, I can get behind it. Do you have anything else?
No, that's all I had this week. I'm just happy that I actually chose something that you actually stand behind for once.
I think it's a solid card. Yeah.
Because whenever I said Eternatus, you always disagreed with me.
Oh yeah, I mean Eternatus isn't very good.
Oh, it's coming back. Just wait.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead and let it rotate next year before it does anything.
I like how JW smiled, like okay, Gazer, like he.
Yeah, Gazer's got.
For those of you who can't see right now, he's giving me like the smile, like
he's got the bad.
If you say so.
People have been saying Eternatus will be back for years now. I feel like.
If one of them, if a V Union went top 8's Worlds, Gabby Coloca will eat one. So.
Well, look, I'll explain real quick. Look, JW, my reason behind Eternatus is Eternatus' main weakness is what? Collapse Stadium, Path to the Peak, stuff like that, right? Nowadays with Choice Belt, even if I get Path, I can still hit 180? I'm two-shotting anything. I have 340 HP. You have to two-shot me, and I'm a tougher two-shot than your average V-Star or anything like that. So it has a good Mew matchup. It has a great Mewtwo V Union matchup. I like it. I think it. I don't know. I like it.
That's what you're hanging your hat on. You're like, yeah, this deck is good because it has a good Mew matchup. Mew is like barely relevant right now, and then the Mewtwo matchup, they're like the one person playing that at any given tournament. That's what you're. I just want to make sure
Well,
I'm
no,
hearing your.
I'm
That's
hitting
what he's been
180 every
saying.
turn. 180 is a
He's been
solid number to
saying it for,
hit.
like,
Arceus hits 180
10
every turn.
10 episodes now. He's been saying this.
Arceus heals itself, bro. You got Charon's care, man. It's a 2. It gives out 2 prizes. You realize that Eternatus, when it gets knocked out, gives up 50% more prizes than Arceus, right?
Now with 50% more prizes. Eternatus VMAX. It's gonna come back. I'm trying to tell you, it's coming back. Maybe I just wanted to come back. It's coming back though.
I think it just needs to go back into the binder and sit there and collect more dust.
I think that's back to the bind.
So what do you have for stocks, man? I'm tired of this, man.
Honestly, like we talked about it a little bit last episode, but like value of card, bling is up, everything else is down. It's crazy. The amount of product being cracked right now still is just crashing everything. Like we see even Palkia V-Stars coming down to like $22 on average. So if you're missing stuff for deck building, I guess just buy it at this point, honestly. Like it's coming down. I mean, bling is up, everything else is down. I don't get it. Scoop up net is a problem. They're almost $3 a piece.
Scoop up net. Capture Energy's come down a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, Capture Energy did come back down a little bit. Incense came back down a little bit.
Wait, Incense was up?
Incense did go up about $2 for a little bit again, and now they're about $1 on average. So.
Oh my gosh.
It's weird. It's we're in that weird lull state where there's only one real big event, and not everybody can go participate. So the market isn't necessarily buying playable cards, and people are selling excess stuff. So it's just a weird place. But yeah, if you're missing something that you want for a deck that you think is going to be relevant for the future, like your Arcs or your Palkias or anything, get them now.
Nice to know. I didn't even know Evil Instant was that high. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's it's a weird place for value for cards right now.
Excuse me for a second. I got a baby crying.
You're good.
Okay, I'll be right back.
So JW, do you have any stonks for us then?
I mean, I've been liking the Radiant Charizard a lot in my deck, and I feel like that's been a card I've been trying to figure out. I think in formats past, we've seen a lot of Galarian Moltres, and in some ways, the Galarian Charizard is a better Galarian Moltres. In some ways, it's worse. Granted, there are weaknesses to it, but if you think about the fact that it does more damage on average earlier, then I think it is a card that I am really looking to include in decks heading into the World Championship. So be it in Arceus, which I think is probably the most obvious inclusion, or be it in kind of a single prize box. I think it could work well there as well. But I just see that card as, it's a little overpriced, I will say, but I see it as one of those cards.
$40 on average still.
I think it should be about $20.
Mm-hmm.
Would be my, I don't really know necessarily where I'm getting that number from, but like the other Radiants are about somewhere in that 10 to 5 to 10 range. So I would imagine Charizard to be, of course, it's Charizard, shiny Charizard, whatever.
Yeah, the Charizard tax. I mean, like Greninja's $3. Heatran and Hawlucha are under $1 a piece on average.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Blastoise and Venusaur that are about 10.
Yeah,
and Charizard's like the premier one that everybody who doesn't play wants it.
Yeah, exactly. So I would expect that to go down, but I don't know. I'm like trying to, as much as I can, I'm trying to pace the clock because I do want to make sure I have one before I leave for London, but I want to buy it as late as possible because it just seems like the number will trend down as it has. It was at about a high of like 40, 45 right when the set was released, and now it's about that 30, 35. So I'm hoping to catch it at maybe 20, 25, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Oh, you pulling the
I mean they've been doing more Go product in little bits of waves every other week or two, so the more they push out, the lower it'll go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you see my luck, JW, but I end up pulling 4 Charizards out of like 40 packs of Go.
Oh, okay, so you're gonna sell one to me.
I got 2 extra. I sold one already. I kept one for myself. I got 2 more. Let me know.
What's the price?
What you say? What's it going for right now? You said $30?
Yeah.
$30?
But I'm saying that's high.
All right, I'll get you the Flex Daddy. I'll get you the Flex Daddy price then. I got you. DM me. I got you.
Okay.
The Flex Father price. I got you.
Excellent. I will buy it.
All right,
I
got you.
will. I will buy it. I will buy it. PayPal $25. That's my, and we'll talk.
All right,
That's my price.
I got
So,
you. It's just sitting. I got two more.
Feel
just
free to
sitting
walk
here.
away,
Sitting.
or feel free to accept.
This is the first time one of Gazer's scams have actually led to Gazer maybe getting money. He's been trying to
Scams?
scam me. Yeah, he's been trying to scam me with these build and battle kits that he's had, full of bulk, for like a month straight. He's like,
They're
I got
mystery
these build and battle
packs.
kits. Yeah. Oh no, he doesn't
You
say
never
that they're
know what
mystery
could be
packs.
inside.
They're just straight up his bulk. It's his bulk. He wants to sell me his bulk for $20.
He figured out first he couldn't tell, but he after I shook it around, you just hear cards rattling. Well, yeah, it's bulk. He got me.
Yeah, I mean, vendors don't even want bulk right now, so.
Man, I don't know what I'm doing on mine. I'm gonna just start giving it away to kids at school when I go back to work. It's like, here you go, little Johnny. Here you go, little Timmy. Here's Susan.
Use it as insulation in your house.
Oh, good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
But I guess we're gonna go ahead and see if the pod has there's any questions for the pod.
We have two. We have two short little questions. We'll take this first one from our boy MWDC. Shout out to him. Can JWC a meme deck like Eradicate take everyone by surprise and make day 2 at Worlds?
Absolutely not.
Oh, wow. Not even day 2?
I mean, it depends on your definition of meme deck. Like, if you're saying like a true meme deck, like Eradicate, like I don't know, Ambipom, I guess would be another.
I like
one,
Ambipom.
Right? I know. I get it.
He said I know.
But the answer is no on those, like those single prize multi-step combo decks. Unfortunately, I just don't think have quite enough in them to do it. And then you just, there's so many counters on so many sides. Like, I think the main enemy of those decks is going to be a Radiant Greninja early, because you're trying to like siphon your resources in like Eradicate deck, right? You're trying to siphon your resources into getting a pretty wide board, but you need the resources to be going into the Trubbish. You need the resources to be going into the Rattata. You don't need those resources going into the mana feed to protect the resources you're trying to build up, right? So you get an early Radiant Greninja on a deck like that, you know, and Palkia is what, like a quarter of the metagame. Like, that's going to be something that you're going to have to run into. So it's just like there's that counter on one end, and then if you're looking at meme decks, like, okay, think about the other big deck right now, Arceus. If you're not one-shotting Arceus, then they're going to have so much time against your deck, because you're going to need many turns to set up and get your stuff going. So they're going to be just killing whatever they want and getting the Gust on whatever they want. So you need to have the wide board again. And it's just like, it seems really rough. A deck like Reggie or something, I don't know if you would consider Regigigas a meme deck, but you know, a one prize deck like Reggie or Malamar, I could definitely see that making a run. I've been thinking a lot about Malamar recently as an option, and maybe it gets a little bit better with the Pokemon Go Pokestop Stadium to try to fish out some more items from the deck. But that wouldn't surprise me. But if you're thinking like, you know, truly meme deck, something that, you know, I might play on Fridays on my channel, then I can't see it, fortunately.
I'm with you. I don't think Reggie or Malamar are like really necessarily a meme. I feel like they're in that genre of decks where like it's almost like you're playing solitaire. You're just digging for what you need to get to. I'm going. If I can hit it, great. If not, then I do what I can past turn. You know what I mean? So it's not really a meme, because it's consistent enough to, you know, do damage and deal damage every turn. You know, do what it wants to do. It's just, can it hit the numbers all the time is a question. A meme deck, I guess, would be something like I can brick a whole turn and not get anything, you know, as my board state established like I want it to be. You know, I feel like meme decks are really inconsistent. Like the Eradicate deck is really inconsistent. I played a couple versions of it, really inconsistent. The one with the Ditto and the Shedinja, inconsistent. So I feel like, you know, if a meme deck, you know, can miss a turn and just not do anything for a whole turn. Whereas a deck that's just like, you know, maybe not powerful enough, or, you know, just, you know, needs something else, can, you know, get what it wants to get, just not fully, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I don't know. So I wouldn't consider those memes, but like Eradicate,
I don't think they're memes, but yeah, they're definitely not like best contenders. Like, we saw people hype up Reggie, and then we saw it fall flat on its face at regionals, and then not perform at all at NAIC.
That was a sad time for me. I was a Reggie main for like a month and a half. That was a sad time.
No, you were Reggie Stan. You weren't Reggie main. You were Reggie Stan.
I stand Reggie. I do.
All right, second question, and I think this one's borderline meme territory. Opinion of Dragonite V-Star and its place in the current meta of Arc Intel decks and Palkia right now.
I just can't compete, unfortunately.
No.
There
I've
are
seen
decks-
Dragonite V with Arceus, like the promo
I've seen
Dragonite
that.
V, not the one from Go.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it. We've seen that like hit pretty hard. One of the guys at our locals that I stream and commentate from, he's played that and he's raffle stomped some Palkias, but not all the time, not consistently. Like 250 with a belt, 280.
So yeah,
Feels really cool there. But you have to set it up, and there's a lot of energy in play, and Starmie comes in and just makes your day really bad. And but Dragonite V-Star needs more energy to do the same amount of damage. And then the V-Star attack is just like, there's better things that accelerate lightning or water energy anyways, like Palkia or Flaffy or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's Dragonite V-Star's not good.
Not at all.
Not good. Like I love me some alternatives. I love me some Dragapult, the good old favorites. But Dragonite V-Star, just like I could just sit there and just say it's not good. I can't come up with a way to defend it. I can't. There's no reason to use the V-Star over the V. There's no reason to. No reason at all.
30 more HP or whatever it is, or 60 more HP.
Yeah.
No.
It's not. No. So yeah, I don't know if that's borderline meme or someone just really has a lot of hope and faith in Dragonite. They have a lot of hopium and copium, but it's not there. There's no metaphor. There's no place for it at all.
Not in the slightest.
Before we let you go though, JW, quick question for you.
Only questions, yeah.
Yeah, since there were only a couple questions, quick question for you. Then I'll ask a question. I'll ask the pod. What card? Any card, any Pokemon. What Pokemon do you wish was like better or just had better support?
Well, it'd be Dragonite.
Really?
That I was really hopeful when they released the Dragonite V without the V-Star. I was like, okay, they're opening the door for a potential V-Star down the road. And the Dragonite V it's not great, but it expanded, like if you give it the right tools, like it's very strong. And so I was really hoping that they'd have some support for that card, or when announced that there was going to be a Dragonite V-Star, I was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so good. And then it just sucked. So that's my favorite Pokemon. I haven't remembered a good Dragonite, like a playable Dragonite, in a long time.
Dark Dragonite from Rocket Returns, I think, is the only one I can think of since.
Yeah, like tournament competitive. Not in like in the standard format. In expanded, there's Dragonite that was played, but
what?
Yeah, Dragonite, man, missed opportunity, because that's like an A tier Pokemon.
He is. Dragonite's great. Great Pokemon. I'm a Gen 1er, so Dragonite's one of my favorites too.
I would love a better Alakazam V and a V-Star. That'd be awesome.
He needs a V-Star. He doesn't need a V-Star, a V-Max, even something. He needs something. Because apparently they're still making V-Maxes, so.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes in the future.
Yeah,
Kieran's kind of cool. Yeah.
Hey, don't forget, we also have Zero Aura.
Yeah, Zero Aura. Woohoo.
But no, Mr. Flex Daddy, thank you for joining us, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Floor is yours. Plug yourself. Plug anything you want. Any shout outs you want to give.
Yeah,
take it away.
Absolutely. Well, shout out to, it feels weird to say, shout out to my podcast, the Tag Team Pokemon Podcast, the premier podcasting duo. You guys can be second if you want. I think that's.
I'll take second. That's fine.
Coming second to us. But so I do that over on Twitch with my good pal Riley, and we put it on all podcasting platforms. I do a Twitch stream over twitch.tv/FlexDaddyRighteous, and I have a YouTube channel of the same name. I do a bunch on Twitter at RealJohnWalter, where I post only my realest takes, my truest takes. And I have a TikTok at FlexDaddyR, and I have a website as well where you can read up on. Yeah, I know this is kind of my newest thing, FlexDaddy.cards, where you can read about everything that all the decks that I make and some of my tournament reports and various musings that I have, as well as buy merchandise at FlexDaddy.cards/shop, where we'll be releasing very soon a new line of merchandise for the podcast. So yeah, that's just a snippet of what I do.
I've seen some of the merchandise you guys have. It's pretty lit. I can't even lie. I was like, that's nice. I was like, that looks nice.
Kind of slick, right? Yeah, it's pretty cool. So.
It is. I've seen. Now, when you guys do the podcast, are you guys usually on your channel or Riley's channel?
Yeah, we're usually on Riley's channel.
Twitch.tv/Munner. Munner. Yeah. Right on.
Very cool. Thank you guys.
No, appreciate it so much. Appreciate the time. Shorter episode today, but I mean, this man has a family. He's got a daughter. I understand that. I have a family. My son was crying. Basically, my son was tired. He wanted to take a nap. couldn't find his pacifier. So he's just sitting in the crib, just I get the pacifier. I was like, oh, okay, and just
right to bed.
Right. Yep. So yeah, you'll get used to that. You'll see. You'll have moments like that. You'll see where the kid's like, look for it. It's right there, and they're like, I can't find it, Dad. Where is it? So you'll see. But no, yeah, JW, thank you so much.
Appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you. But yeah, that'll do it for us this week, episode 18. Gazer, any last words?
I'm gonna keep flipping coins and keep playing Ampy-Pom. No one's gonna stop me. I don't care if I lose all my friends and everyone hates me. I'll be the most hated guy flipping coins at my locals. That's fine. I'll stand on this hill. I'll live with this. There
you go. And of course, find us on Apple, Anchor, Spotify, YouTube, all that nonsense. We'll have all of JW's links in the description, in both the audio version and the video version. And I forgot to plug it last week, but hey, we have a Twitter account now. Follow us over on Twitter at Gust of Wind Pod. And we'll catch you next week for the next episode.
You guys, we're out. Peace.